Hello again, kaymade-tech here. So, what are we going to do today? Today we're going to install Ubuntu. This is going to be video number 4, I believe. Yes, video number 4 for our cyber home lab, or is it cyber security home lab. All right, or cyber home lab, whichever you prefer. So as you can see, our pfSense is still running. So the next thing we need to do is to install Ubuntu. What is Ubuntu? Ubuntu is a Linux distribution derived from Debian and composed mostly of free and open source software. Ubuntu is officially released in multiple editions. We have the desktop, we have the server, and we have the core for Internet of Things devices and robots. But for the purpose of this video, we will be installing for desktop. So we'll launch our browser as usual. We'll type in Ubuntu. It takes us to Ubuntu. You can either click on this or you go straight to the downloads. And let's see, where's the download here? Ubuntu Pro. Okay, let's see, products. Ubuntu desktop. Okay, download Ubuntu desktop, and we're going to download this. However, if you recall, I have downloaded this, and this is it right here. So I'll just go ahead to install this now. So here's the deal. This Ubuntu, for like the Ubuntu and the pfSense, are all using ISO, but the Kali that we didn't use ISO. So that makes the installation a bit different from Kali. All right, so I will pull up my Oracle VirtualBox Manager. I'm going to click add, sorry, new. I'll give it a name, Ubuntu. The folder is still the same folder. Then I'm going to select my ISO. So Ubuntu ISO here. And I'm going to skip unattended. Let's see. I'll leave this as is. This also as is. And I click finish. Then I go to the settings, go to network. I change this to host only adapter so that they can all communicate with each other and they all have the same IP address, the same network address and various IP. Okay. So once you click OK to that, what do we do next? Start. So we'll wait for it to power up. All right. Let's close out all this. Let me increase this view. It's usually good to increase this so that it can be. All right. I believe we can see. So as you can see, there's a timer counting that it will automatically install if there's no response. And if we want to go ahead and respond, we could just tap on enter and it starts the installation immediately instead of waiting for that timer. I know you're all precious people and you don't like time wasting, so we'll just hit on that so we can go ahead with it. All right, let's give it a few minutes. Like I said, Ubuntu is quite different from the Kali Linux. Kali Linux was faster, but for Ubuntu, Ubuntu is kind of it's just going to be like the pfSense, whereby we need to wait for the entire process to go by. So once we're done with this, we have two more operating systems. Those are going to be the victim machines. That's the Metasploitable 2 virtual machine to install and the OWASP BWA virtual machine. So if you notice, we've been giving each of them um with regards to memory, 2 gigabyte. So let's assume your memory size is just 8, and if you have like 4 virtual machines, to power them up all up is going to be a problem. All right. So that's one of the reasons why we emphasize at least you should have 16 and above. The more you have, the better. Otherwise, you have to shut down a virtual machine in order to start another one. So let's give it some time. I know Ubuntu takes its sweet old time. All right, so we're gonna click on next here. Choose your language, English. So we just click next here. That's just accessibility in Ubuntu. Select your keyboard layout. So we're gonna select, let me increase this so we can see it properly. Right, so that's English also. Connection, wired. We're going to install Ubuntu. Interactive, yep. Default selection. Let's add third part. All right, so we'll click next to this. So we're gonna get to the point where it's gonna ask us our name. Unlike others, Ubuntu takes its time. Yes, erase disk and install Ubuntu. There's nothing that is so okay to that. All right, so let's give it a name, made tech. I usually like to keep the computer name as Ubuntu. Password. Let's just give it a short password here. And we click next to this. Yeah, you can give it a longer password. So I'm just doing this for installation purposes. And once I'm done, most likely I'm going to wipe it all out. So we'll choose our zone. Let's see, is this New York? Okay, America, New York. So we click next to this. And all we just need to do is click on install. All right, so this is where we have to wait. Once the installation is done, we'll be prompted to restart, and we will restart this and confirm the IP address, just compare that it's about the same thing with the Kali, and I will just keep this running, and once it's done, I'll reboot it, and we'll be able to go into Ubuntu. All right, so let's just keep watching. Thank you. The install is complete now, so we will just click on restart and we'll be ready to roll. Also, once we restart it, we need to remove the optical drive. All right, so the Ubuntu is starting now. So we'll just give it a few minutes. We should be good with Ubuntu. As soon as it's done, okay, so we're gonna log in. Put in my password that I created. Always remember your password. And let me increase our view so that it can be all right. Fortunately, we won't be able to. Okay, so this is what Ubuntu looks like. This is how it looks. Let me minimize this so you can have a full. This is what it looks like after the installation. Okay. Then what do we need to do? Okay, so we just click next to all this. Finish. All right, so we'll go in here to pull out the terminal. There's a terminal here, and we can add it as, let's clear this. So normally, what I normally recommend is to run the updates after an install. So that's going to be sudo app update and also the upgrade. Is my sudo app upgrade. So normally this will run, but because we are not connected to the internet, this might not run fully. So let's also check if we are able to. Yep, I guessed as much because we are not connected to the internet. All right, let's see if we can connect to our pfSense 192.16, sorry, 16. What am I doing? 168.56.1. Okay, so we can do that successfully. All right, yeah, we can save. So we're already in pfSense, and it gives us our IP address for this computer. Every time you log in from a different machine, it gives the IP address of that machine. Let's clear this. So what's our IP address? All right, so as you can see, our IP address here is 192.168.56.104 IP route. So it says our IP route here. Okay, it just gives us our subnet. All right. And what else do we need to? So that will be all for this video. We have successfully installed and configured what's the name? Kali Linux, pfSense, Oracle Virtual Machine, and Ubuntu. So we have two more installs to go, and see you in the next video. All right, let me exit this, log out of this, and I close out of this. So as you can see, we are making progress. We have three softwares, three applications, three virtual machines installed. So we have two to go. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.